So welcome to In the Bag Kids Crafts. I'm Miss Joy, and crafting with me today is
Jimmy.
Jimmy, yay! Jimmy, this is the first time we're meeting, and I am so excited to make a craft with you today. We decided that since Halloween's coming soon, we would make ghosts, yeah. Ooh. And every ghost is gonna look a little different, but you can find the list of supplies that you'll need to craft along with us down in the description. So are you ready to get started?
Yeah.
Let's make our best ghost face, let's go. Here's everything that you're going to need to make the ghost craft. And as always, everything on this list is part of our master list of craft supplies that we use to make every single creative project here at In the Bag Kids Crafts. So once you fill your bag, you're ready to craft along. Go ahead and pause this and take a moment to gather all the items you're going to need so that you can make the ghost craft with us. To make our ghost, we've gone ahead and already pre-glued 3 large popsicle sticks side by side with the middle one a little higher. And then we used Elmer's glue to just lay a 4th stick across those, and we let it dry overnight so that we had this ghost shape to work with today. And now we're going to paint them white. So we're gonna squeeze out a little bit of white paint. There we go, and pass it over to Jimmy. And here we have made our own paintbrush by taking a pom-pom and pinching it with our clothespin. So we have our homemade paintbrush, and all we're gonna do is get that white paint and paint all over the front of our ghost. Now, if you want your ghost to be 2-sided, you can paint the back also, but remember that you're gonna have to wait for one side to dry before you can turn it over. So we're only gonna do the front today. A lot of this middle part we're not even gonna see, so you don't have to worry about it too much. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're just gonna make them white. So once we're done painting, and if your pom-pom keeps moving, sometimes that happens, you can just hold it with your fingers instead, if that's easier. Once we're done painting, notice that we've used some newspaper so we didn't get it all over our table. We're just gonna go ahead and sit this part aside and cut out some parts for our ghost while the paint dries. I think I want just a little more paint on the top. You made yours nice and thick. That's a good idea. So none of that wood shows through, huh? And of course, we're gonna have to wash our hands while we're waiting for the paint to dry too. All right, our paint has dried, at least mostly, so that we can move our ghost around. And we wanna make him nice and fluffy and scary. So we'll take the end, and let's get a little piece of tape here, Jimmy. You have your tape, I have mine. Actually, mine had a little fuzziness on the end, so I'm gonna get a fresh piece. Take a little piece of tape and just tape it down so that it doesn't wiggle on us. And you're just gonna wrap and wrap and wrap. There's no right or wrong way to do this. You wanna get it almost to the bottom. You can leave that little piece kind of sticking out at the bottom. And at the top, we're gonna go all the way up to the top like that. And you're just gonna keep wrapping just randomly until it's nice and fluffy. Yeah, tape it onto the back. Turn your guy over and tape that end right down. Yeah. And I'm just gonna wrap, wrap, wrap. Oh, you missed the end of the yarn. You gotta keep that down. That's what that tape's for. So you can't really see it on mine anymore. Here we go, see it's buried now. The end of that yarn is under the tape. So, the end of the yarn, put a piece of tape right over top. There you go, that's it. Now you're ready to go. Press it down tight so it doesn't move on you. That's right, that's the tricky part, right? Sometimes I've made these where I didn't even use the tape. I just held it with my finger in the back and got started and trapped it underneath with another piece of yarn. But I find it's a little easier if you tape it down first. Wrap, wrap. I guess we could make mummies this way too, right? You wouldn't wrap as much, but you could make a mummy like this. So get a nice big piece of yarn going and just shoo, shoo, shoo. Like this, look at that. I like that you have a different approach. So we're gonna go ahead and fast forward this section. You can pause it and take your time to wrap up your ghost until it is as puffy as you want it to be. There you go. Nice, okay. So now that we have our ghost covered with as much yarn as we want, we're gonna turn it back over to the back again, see where we don't have it painted. And we'll kind of like snip it away from the ball. Good. Now we'll take that end and just tuck it under a few layers. You gotta kind of get your finger under there. Tuck it under a few layers. And you can tuck it under a few times. Even make a little knot so that it doesn't move. It stays put at the end. And if you still have a little tail, you can go ahead and cut the tail off. Okay, so as long as you get it tucked in there where it's not gonna move, yeah, you might want to tuck it even more. Tuck it a second time. Tuck it through lots of nice ones. So make sure that it doesn't all come unraveled after you've spent all that nice time getting the fluffiness on your ghost. I think our ghost needs some eyes next. So we have a bunch of googly eyes to choose from, and we're just going to, we use them, look at this, we have them in this container here. We have a whole bunch of sizes so that we can pick what we want. I like sometimes to mix up and have like more than one size, or you can do the same. So I'm gonna find the eyes that I want first. And then, oh, we're gonna do some nice big eyes, huh? And then after I find the eyes, then I'll glue them.
Big eye.
One big eye, that's awesome, I like that. You can do that. It's like a Cyclops ghost. All right, so then we're gonna put a couple of dots of Elmer's glue and pop. So that eye you picked, Jim, also, it actually is self-adhesive. Mine aren't, but if it is, you can just peel that paper off the back.
Oh.
So yeah, there's like a little paper and you gotta get the edge, peel it off, and then you can just stick it. So if your eyes are self-adhesive, you don't need to use the Elmer's glue. And every ghost has its own personality, just like people do. So we pulled out our scrap paper, and we're going to just make some things to go on our ghost. Of course, they need to have a mouth, so that's kind of a given. And let's see, get that scrap paper out of the way. We also have our markers out, so that if we want to draw anything on, we can. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut a mouth out, and I like to do like a nice skinny oval for the mouth, like a tall skinny oval, so that he's kind of making the boo sound without us actually hearing it. Right. And whatever you make with your paper, make out of your paper, you can just glue in place then. I don't really like. We were talking before we got started. What were some of our ideas, Jimmy, for things to add to our ghost? Yeah, we talked about maybe putting a bat with him, or you can just leave it just like that with just the mouth, right? He could be holding a pumpkin, yeah. So this is Halloween or fall. So usually when we see ghosts, he could like have his like gravestone down here at the bottom that he's coming out of. You could do that. You could do, you can make him like a friendly, happy ghost. Like you could have a little bow tie. I think I might do that with mine this time. A little bow tie and some rosy cheeks, or a little hat. You do all kinds of fun things with these. So you can do whatever you want with your ghost. Oh, I love that with the one eye. That is so cute. So let's see, I think I'm gonna use this paper. And everyone's ghost should look a little bit different because we're all different, right? So our ghost is gonna look different. So be careful about, like, you wanna go light on the glue, it'll dry clear, so don't worry about it. But now just cut out whatever you want, anything you want. If you wanted to make that bat we talked about, grab another little scrap. And you see that we have a gallon bag of scrap paper that we have used. And we keep our scraps like that. We also have our markers here so that we can draw on our paper if we want to. Let me do this. My little bow tie, I'm gonna give him some polka dots on the bow tie. Just a little, you don't need a lot of glue, just a little drop. Oh, that's cute. So he's got a little bat in his hair there, right? Yeah. He's a little bat friend. I like that. And he's got a little bow tie. Let's see. The bow tie, he almost looks like he's singing. Mine has such a big wide mouth. He looks like he's singing. Let's see, I think I'm gonna have him have rosy cheeks. So I'm gonna go ahead and get another little piece of paper. You're gonna do rosy cheeks too? You can add whatever you want to your guy. You want pink? Do you want red? There's a nice one. Red's a good idea. Yeah. Right. The nice thing is, if like as you've been crafting, if you kept your scraps, you have any color you want to choose from. If you don't, just go back into your construction paper and find what you need. There we go. I'm just gonna do a little dot there, a little dot there. So it really sticks pretty quick. Should have a little. Doesn't take much. Oh, I like it. I like how ours look different. They should look different. There we go. Got his little, oh nice. He's got his little red cheeks there. So you can keep adding to your ghost, or you can make another little ghost friend for him. Oops, make sure that our glue stays put. Until the glue's dry, things will move around. So you want to sit him aside, let the glue dry until he is just how you want him to look. Nice job. Show everyone. I know we're gonna have glue on our fingers and all kinds of stuff. Look at those. They look so cute. Nice job, Jim. Look at our fun ghost. Good work. Thank you so much for joining us at In the Bag Kids Crafts to make our ghost craft today. Jimmy, let's show them only. And I can't wait to see what your ghosts look like. Remember to, what do we always say?
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe so you can keep crafting along with us and have a happy crafting day.